Alright, still wackadoo Wednesday. I just took a nap, woke up, didn't know where I was, which I love those naps. I'm waking up like, I didn't know if it was tomorrow morning or what. But anyway, so this is the extension or the next piece of this synchronicity deal. So to recap, yesterday, and I wrote it down, yesterday, 30 July, the four synchronicities that hit hard all sort of right in a row of a span of like 2 hours, maybe an hour, I think like an hour. Yeah. In Worcester, me and Tammy walk into the venue. And we were talking about something. This is the one I don't remember. There was four of them. One of them, we're walking to the venue, having this conversation about something specific. I look up and there's a building or there's a facility about exactly what we were talking about, and it wasn't mundane like, hey, people get injured in life, and then oh, there's a hospital. It wasn't like that. It was something else. And then I tried to retrace my steps this morning before leaving, and I didn't see it. So I don't know what that was. But anyway, that's one. The Bob Cousy thing, again, which is a statue of Bob Cousy at the DCU Center. Maybe he played there back in the day, I assume. Anyway, it brought me back to that memory, and I didn't think about this memory for, I don't know, 20 years? When I'm playing Pee-wee basketball at like 5 years old, and I get referenced. This all sounds so self-serving, and it'll keep going. To today, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them today. Before I even took my nap, and it sounds very self-serving, like everything's just happening about me, and I don't want to come across like that. But I think when you're in your own world, like, this can happen. This is for everybody. Everybody can get theirs. And again, this is based around this idea, and it came to me last night at the Billy String show, with all these things lining up. That phrase dropped in of synchronicities reveal when truth is present. Because when I'm feeling truthful about shit, this is when it happens. So then we start to get away from coincidences, and we start to line up with synchronicities. Because if I'm foggy and I'm in a haze and I'm kind of low vibing or whatever's going on, yeah, I might see some stuff, but they're so scattered and few and far between, and doesn't carry too much meaning or impact in the moment, that I put it in the coincidental box. Now it's shifted to where I can see actively where it's now synchronicity boxes. Anyway, that's just how the old mind's working. But the Bob Cousy thing, got a picture next to that with the Billy Strings thing or whatever going on. Walk in, going to our seats. We were kind of scattered and a little bit late. And Tam's kind of on that hustle, like she power walks everywhere. Walked 4 miles between going to the venue and going back last night. Just walked it, didn't even bother getting an Uber, which I don't know why we didn't get an Uber. I thought we should have got an Uber. Anyway, going to our seats, and I said, don't worry, it's going to start right when we sit down. And again, it sounds awfully self-serving, but it's just like, fuck it, let's go for it. Sat down, I don't know, 1 minute later, they came out to play. They get into a couple songs, crowd's into it. I tell Tam, oh, he's super comfortable tonight. He's giddy. He's feeling this tonight. 10, 20 minutes later, he announces to the crowd, thank you, I'm really comfortable tonight. And it was like just all of these things popping off. Okay, so that was yesterday. That was the recap. And again, based around this idea that synchronicities reveal when truth is present. This is the idea. This is my memory jogger behind it. Josh Massey, how you doing? He's gonna come in here. I got the door closed, so he may not do it. Anyway, today, so here's the purpose of the video today on this one. So today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 happened. Okay, get up this morning, headed out of town, going to Boston so I could go to Harbor House Collective, which is my favorite joint, no pun intended. So anyway, we're going that way to, and I'm talking to Tam about the synchronicity thing, kind of like what I'm explaining here about the synchronicities versus the coincidences and how this whole thing's kind of like coming together. By the way, this all started revving up, thanks Doug Dad, I fucking see ya, with Douglas's memoirs that I finished reading maybe a month ago. And he was all talking about, this is how it all started, talking about coincidences, synchronicities, and how, and the importance of them. Like, I'm exactly where I need to be, back to the hawk, back to the whole thing. I'm exactly where I need to be. This is exactly where I need to be. Where I am is yeah, this is what it is. I'm butchering this right now, but anyway, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be in the world at this point in my life right now. That's what comes when the synchronicities bang, bang bang, foot up a dog's ass all day. Okay, so had that yesterday. So this morning, talking to her about synchronicities on the way to Boston. A couple minutes later, I said, "Oh, see? Oh no, she did." She goes, "Oh look, there's another one. There was a street sign called Ben Drive." I said, "Yeah, there you go." Again, this sounds so self-serving, and it only gets worse. I don't know. 5 minutes later, see a sign. What town were we in? I don't even know. It said Davis Inc. or whatever it was. It's like, oh yeah, okay, there's that. That's my name. I saw Atlas Road. This is all in the span of between driving from Worcester to Boston to Maine. There's 6 of them. Atlas Road. So here's the funny thing with that. I've been hanging out with Atlas the dog lately, which I'm not really a dog person. He was in one of my videos a couple days ago, so I kind of been feeding him scraps a little bit here out by the old chalet. And I like Atlas. I've been hanging out with him. Saw Atlas Road. That's kind of a whatever one for me. Then numerology hit. And then Tammy goes, "Yeah, so the synchronicities with these different things, numerology." And I said, "Yeah, that's another one. That's another modality of confirmation for somebody." Well, everything is available, is my point. Whatever we use to line things up for ourselves, that's the truth of it. So it's whatever you use. Numerology for me, I fuck around, but I don't. Shit. Here's Joshy. Dude, that's another synchronicity. You're always hitting when, and it's not like I sit in here and fucking talk to a camera all day. But the last 2 times, I gotta tell you a good one I had is about you in First Light. Saw your truck.
Good what? Dream or thought?
Synchronicity. Just talking about you today. Spoiler alert. I was just talking about you today on 95 coming up from Boston.
Go a truck went by you?
And saw the First Light truck. I'm like, no fucking way. And then I looked and it wasn't the same plate.
It wasn't the 807?
It wasn't it wasn't that thing.
Yeah, I've washed that thing. Dried it twice now for 75 minutes each. It's got to be dry.
Thank you.
It just feels damp. I think it's just the way that it is.
Okay.
And those boxes, I don't know, it feels like it's going to rain, so I just want to get it to you for your
boxes. Well, no, thanks. Hey, Smitty's coming up here tonight. The guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be in a minute.
Cool.
All right. So, that was a little spoiler tease for him, but, okay, the numerology thing. Tammy starts talking about that, and I'm not big on numerology. I'm like, I'll acknowledge, I I do acknowledge numerology, and I will take note if I, hey, but it was like over the top, in the face today. Zeros through fives, banging the whole, whether it's road signs, whether it's license plates, whether it's numbers on vehicles, the time of day, whatever it was, just banging the whole way. Took a nap, kept going. I woke up, looked at my phone, it was 4:44. It was just like, whoa. So I'm here to tell you right now that if you were to ask me, hey, biggest numerology day for you, which again, I'm not huge on numerology, but it was this morning. Way, way too much. It was almost toxic. I was like, dude, this just keeps going. Map on the phone. There's like, 111 miles, 134 minutes, 130, oh no, hold on. Time of arrival, 134. Shit like that. Just kept banging. Foot up a dog's ass. Okay. So the numerology thing. So that's 4. Then, hilarious. Again, start talking about Josh Massey. And just shit going on at the bluff, whatever. As soon as we started talking about him, saw his first light truck. His work truck. There's only like, I'm going to butcher this, but they have a regionally assigned personnel, and there's, 5, 7 of them, whatever it is, all for all of New England, or for Maine, New Hampshire, New York, whatever it is. There's only like 5 or 10 of them or some shit. And they all drive a First Light truck. There ain't that many of them. As soon as we start talking about them on the highway, came right up to the First Light truck. Thought it was his. Then I saw, no, that ain't him. That's one of the other guys. But there's only like maybe 5 to 10 of these vehicles on the road, as far as I know, in New England, right when we started talking about them. That was a banger. And then the Jetty sighting. This one's very cool. Okay, Tam's watching this dog. Tammy loves golden retrievers. Had one, R.I.P. Molly, good dog right there. So she dog sits Jetty, this golden, and she's about to drop me off. Started talking about it, and talking about some things that maybe a project she wants to do about him and with him in the future. And as soon as she started talking about him, there's a fucking golden retriever poking his head out of this truck right before she drops me off. So that's 6, and there's a lot of bangers in there. And then there was 4 from yesterday. Loved it when it was like, oh yeah, Billy, he's comfortable on stage tonight. I've only seen him once. Hi, Savannah. Yeah, well, listen, hold on, give me a minute. He just looked comfortable. He was in his element, happy, great human, this guy. Banging guitar player. This dude he was playing some bluegrass, psychobilly, fucking Zeppelin, Hendrix-esque, Pink Floyd, just getting it. I mean, getting it. Very soulful on that guitar. And he was all giddy. And I said, he's very comfortable tonight. Look how comfortable he is. Very happy to be here tonight. And then he goes, thank you. Yeah, and it's on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure he thanks the crowd and says, he says the word comfortable though. And it's just, apparently it really pumps me up. Look at me, Jesus. So, and the synchronicity is, got to another gear recently. And now all of a sudden, all of this stuff is revealing itself. So I think I'm getting the synchronicity memo. I think I'm learning about that for real, and the importance of that. It's like the universal law where spirit can't interject directly but they can influence indirectly. We still have the freedom of choice. We can choose light, we can choose dark, we can do this, we can dick around here, we can do all that. But if you're a seeker, clearly I am one, a lot of seekers out there. Cheers to the seekers. That are basically obsessed. I don't know, that's me. Obsessed with life at this point. Thank God I have this outlet to talk on the camera. I gotta get I gotta get it out. Not everything. Some things are tucked in a little bit. A couple of things brewing that I ain't talking about yet. And may never. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. Stand by for that. But I don't know. To the point where if, you know, somebody says, hey, how you doing? Got my health. I'm good. And then knowing that one day potentially when I don't have my health, I'm still ultimately taken care of and I'm still ultimately good. But going through the suffering of whatever we have to do in our lives through this meat puppet mechanism, you know, there's a lot of people suffering out there. And yeah, you just got to try to be, you got to be compassionate and, you know, empathetic for these people, because it's, you see it and it's hard. I mean, Chet always said, you want to get to know somebody, take a look at them and pay attention to what they're doing when things aren't going their way. And that's true. That's why I'm so thankful. Like, things are just, they're going good and we'll adjust. I mean, look, this shit ain't easy. When it's good, oh fuck, it's so green light. And when it's not going good and you're muddled up, and speaking for myself, it's really like, what is happening? What's going on? And the accountability piece when things aren't going well is fucking hard, because you strive to be at the vibration that you're comfortable and content with. But when things knock you down, you miss what you consciously know to be as baller, the baller area. So anyway, Jesus, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to wrap it up with this. I'm appreciative of my coffee cup. I'm appreciative of my cast iron pan. This GoPro 8 that lets me just get out what I need to get out, so I don't have to bother too many people with this stuff. The record keeping that this thing gives me is very important to me. Look, there's a few things that I love. There's a few people I love intimately. And yeah, we're just trying to work it out. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling now. I got some boxes. I don't know what's happening. I got some pillow to deal with. Smitty's coming over here tonight to crash. I'm going to get an interview with him. Jesus, that'll be interesting. All right, cool. Wackadoo Wednesday, that's me.